I'm a bikeman, and this is what I love. An adventure around every turn of Taiwan.
Wow, look at that.
Explore the wild nature. Experience the rich culture. And above all, meet the people.
How do you feel? I feel good.
Join me on this journey through captivating Taiwan. Welcome to the Bikeman in Taiwan. In this episode, I bike around Tainan, a city loaded with history.
If this good old cannon could talk, I'm sure it would say, boom.
Time to dress like in the good old days and learn the secret behind the biggest blue shoe in the world. So, let's go! Next morning, time for breakfast. But what can you eat that early? Well, this city is famous, some might say feared, for its hefty breakfast. But hey, the locals queue for it, so let's give it a try.
I'm the kind of guy who goes easy on breakfast. Some toast, some jam, some coffee, maybe sometimes just the coffee. That is rich enough for me. But here, I'm surprised, no, I'm shocked to see what the locals can tuck into when they get up in the morning.
Yes, red meat right there. Half a cow, freshly butchered this morning, thinly cut. This is simplicity at its best. Because now the generous handful of raw flesh gets some seasoning, and then a morning shower in hot broth, getting cooked in seconds. And there you go. Time to start your day with some manly food. Beef for breakfast. If it weren't for climate change and all that, this hearty, meaty morning experience could change my breakfast diet. Loaded with food, it's time to visit a place overloaded with wilderness. We love nature, can't get enough of it. But sometimes it seems like nature can't get enough of us humans. Or that is the weird impression I get visiting an old house. A place haunted by nature's quiet rebellion.
Wow, look at that! This old warehouse used to store salt, but then apparently salt was out of business. And then these massive trees took over in a big way, and dare I say, in a slightly scary way too, because think about it this way. If we humans choose to leave planet Earth tomorrow, then it will take around 5 minutes before your house is looking exactly like that.
The once bustling warehouse now stands as a ghostly shell wrapped in the relentless embrace of banyan trees. Their creeping aerial roots seem to whisper that no structure, no matter how strong, can resist the slow, patient strike of nature taking back its throne. From the temples of nature to the temples of the gods. And let it be said, Taiwan has lots of temples, and they are not just admired for their beauty. People come because within these sacred walls, heaven meets earth.
What a quiet and beautiful place. What a soul-lifting space. This is simply a feast for the eyes. But this place is more than just good looks, because in here, in this temple, you can actually do deals with the gods.
Today, this young woman steps forward to bargain with the spiritual world, and she has a special request.
因为我最近找到工作了，所以我想要过来孔庙这边许愿，让我的工作跟事业上顺利。
In exchange for a new path in life, she promises to eat more greens and to dedicate some of her time to serving others.
Have you tried this before?
有，但就是失败了，
Oh, so it doesn't work all the time.
但还是要靠自己的努力啦。
Doing deals with the gods is common in temples. I'm beginning to understand this Taiwanese approach to the divine. You may ask the gods, but you must give in return. And beneath it all lies the practice of focusing your mind on the path ahead. Speaking of the road ahead, my next stop has the strangest name in town.
So, this is the big fish blessing they are talking so much about. But to be honest with you, I don't really know about this blessing business, because now for several days I just had the most wonderful weather until I came to this place, and now it started to rain and thunder too. Anyway, this looks more like a whale than a fish to me, but it's a nice piece of art. And who cares about a bit of rain? I'll leave the whale fish to it.
After the fish gave its blessing, the rain started hammering down on the most famous street. But instead of dimming the moment, it lit the street with a kind of magic. This street is full of surprises. Everywhere you look, there's some minor detail that grabs you. It's small moments stacked on top of a vast history.
Long time ago, this street was actually part of the harbor. But then the water disappeared, and then the sailors disappeared, and in came the hipsters of Tainan, making this a hub for fancy shops and fancy restaurants and fancy people. But tonight it seems like the water is coming back. And this means that I actually have this huge tourist attraction entirely to myself. Well, how cool is that?
Well, not so cool. But soon the clouds drift away, the rain leaves, and the old street returns to its usual charm. And all over Taiwan, beauty comes in many shapes and sizes. No matter if you're on the west coast or, like here, on the east coast, different cycle routes take you through every kind of landscape. One moment you're climbing into the mountains, the next you're gliding along the coast, or you get the drama of both. At times you're sharing the road with scooters and cars, but then you find yourself in a quiet stretch where the whole road, the whole world belongs to you, like here in Tainan.
On this 45 kilometers stretch, Cycle Route 1 overlaps with another route called Mountains to Sea National Greenway, which in itself might be worth exploring one day. Ooh, listen to those brakes. Anyway, look at this. No cars around, lots of fresh air. Ah yes, this is pure biking bliss.
And suddenly you got time to wonder, what's that swimming out there? And look, a turtle coming up to breathe. Those little experiences that keep you alive. Another secret about life. You can be pedaling along, your eyes on the road, with no idea that hidden just beyond those green leaves lies a treasure trove. And I mean a real one, glittering with real gold. And just like in a fairy tale, before you can reach the gold, you got to cross the bridge.
To be honest, I'm not much of a museum guy, but it's hot today. The sun is burning. I need some shade. And actually, in all fairness, I've heard that this museum has quite a lot of cool stuff inside.
The adventure begins with a stylish interior and the chance to slip into some vintage fashion. Though I may have completely misread the kind of outfits on display. This place also holds true treasures of the museum world, and if religious art is your passion, you're definitely in the right spot.
So what makes this book so unique?
它主要呢就是释迦牟尼佛从他口中所讲出来。
These precious books are written in ink blended with gold. There are more than 100 of them, yet only a single volume is shown at a time, and just for 90 days.
So I need to stay in this museum for 27 years to see all the books?
And finally, why look at art when you can walk directly into art?
Now you're talking. This is really a kind of art scene I've never seen before. This is the immersive room. You walk into the art and then you are surrounded by art and sound on all sides. I kind of love this museum.
From the art of, well, making art to something you can call the art of making food.
All right, it's time for a break, but today it's not a coffee break. It is actually a coffin break, whatever that is. It's a local specialty that I simply have to try.
This local treat hides in a place that feels straight out of the sci-fi movie Blade Runner. Gritty, neon, a little mysterious. Maybe it's the name that does it. Coffin bread.
All right, yeah. Thank you, Shishu. All right, so this is the famous legendary coffin bread. Well, the technique seems to be pretty forward. You take a slice of toast, then you cut out the middle bit, and then you slam on the lid, and bingo, you have a coffin filled with something. Let's see what this is all about that they have packed for us here in Tainan. It's not bad. It's quite good. It's definitely a dish that is much, much better and not so scary as its name.
The coffin bread. Now that's a name for the next sci-fi thriller. Who knows? And who knows the mysterious ways of history? It's a roller coaster, and the proof of that is right here.
This fort has witnessed everything. It has seen pirates, it has seen traders, it has seen entire empires rise and fall. So if this good old cannon could talk, I'm sure it would say, "Boom."
The fort was built by the Dutch almost 400 years ago, then taken by the Qing rule. Then the Japanese wanted it but lost it again, and here we are today, knowing things go up and then down again. From war to love. Sometimes you see things and then think, did I really see that? Because behind those trees, what is that blue thing?
This might be one of the most unexpected attractions of Taiwan, the high heel wedding church. Now, why a giant blue shoe made of glass, you might ask? Well, it's not a shoe shop. It is certainly not a church. So what is this place and why do I kind of like it? And can things get more crazy than this?
Yes, they can. Because the Blue Shoe is connected to an equally quirky cafe, brewing up wild new twists on coffee. Not adding sugar, but salt.
I have to say this place just gets more and more crazy by the minute. Now I'm joined by Jim. Nice haircut you have today. And you're going to teach me how to make, let me see, ocean breeze Sicilian coffee.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah. Very good. Oh,
Thank you, Jim.
You was a good student.
I like to hear that. Then what is next step?
Yeah.
Okay,
Lemon juice. Yeah.
in the coffee?
Yes, like this.
Jim,
Lemon juice.
I'm not sure you can be trusted. Jim, we got this far, but it lacks something. It lacks something important.
Yes, very important.
Very important.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, it's the salt.
The salt.
Yeah, the salt. Now shake.
Shake.
Yeah. Some milk.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Shaking music. Shaking music. Jim, I like to make coffee with you. This is so
thank
nice.
you.
Look at that. We've been doing a lot of hard work. I think we deserve our ocean breeze Sicilian coffee. Yeah. Cheers.
Oh,
Whoa,
cheers.
that's right.
How do you feel?
I feel good. And I knew that I would. This is great stuff. Look at that.
This giant blue stiletto is a selfie magnet crafted from glass and steel. But here's the kicker. In its own weird way, it's actually kind of a church. Yes, right there in front of the shoe altar, real couples really do tie the knot.
Five?
Yes.
Out there in the shoe?
Yes.
You're so romantic, Jim. Are you married?
Yes.
Did you marry out there?
Next time.
Next time.
Like I said, I like this place and I love folks who think outside the box. In this case, outside the shoebox.
What a fantastic time me and my trusted bike had exploring this southwestern corner of Taiwan.
Time to go north to Taichung, a city like no other, because this is the home of the world-famous bubble tea. And time to pick some honest tea in the mountains. Not forgetting one of the weirdest but most exciting places around town. Join me on the next episode of The Bikeman in Taiwan.